Welcome back to another tutorial on Flowmattic. Although we're barely going to touch Flowmattic today, a lot of the examples that we're going to use require the triggering of a webhook, and usually I would do that on the command line, or somebody else might activate it from another API call, or there's lots of ways we might trigger that webhook. But there was a question in the Facebook group about how you do that as part of a workflow, which I'm actually working on and building in the background. But the question was partly about sending some variables to a webhook and triggering a response from your phone when you're out and about. And I thought I'd do a video to show how I would do that and the tools that I would use to do that, and maybe even go for an example. So to begin with, I'm going to introduce the app, which is REST HTTP API client. I think it's about a $5. I'm no idea. Let's have a look. I think that's what I paid. Price, yeah, $4.99. So yeah, $5, £5. That's what you're spending on this. And yeah, it's a full. It fully works with the Flowmattic Web Hooks, and I'm gonna now cast my iPad, and I'm gonna run through how it works and how to configure it to send 3 variables to a webhook using the app. So I've now switched over to my iPad, and actually I built this on my iPhone, and it's automatically synced via iCloud, and I have my project here, and it's Cloudflare, which it's about. And I'm going to be doing a bit of screen switching here to discuss the parameters and how it's working. And what I want to do is I want to send 3 items to my webhook to trigger something with Cloudflare later on. And they are IP, some notes, and a zone ID. So if I open this, now that is a post request, so that is how this is sent. And we've got it all set up. This is our webhook up here. So this is our webhook address that would come from here on our site. So if I click back to our Flowmattic demo, and you'll see here there's a webhook URL, and they happen to be exactly the same. So that's how that works. And down here in parameters is where we would set our IP, our zone, and our notes. And I've put what that will send. Now it's very, very simple to do this. If I was to go back to info and push enter, that is posting to our webhook, and it's telling you what it's posting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Flowmattic to be ready to receive some data. So I'm going to just flick the screen again. So we're now back on our Flowmattic instance, and I'm going to push capture webhook data, and then I'm going to go back to our screen, and we're going to send our data. And I'm actually going to change these parameters so you know that it's done here. I'm going to change the IP address, and I'm going to put, I don't know, some random word, UI. There you go. We're going to send an IP UI, not real. It's not going into the rest of the flow anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we're going to send that, and I'm going to go up to our hook, push enter, and with a bit of luck, when we go back to our site, we should have our data. And if we look here, we have our IP address, and we have added the UI to it. Our zone is here, our notes are here, and as is always the case, they can be mapped as items to other flows. As is always the case, now we have these, they can be mapped to other fields, and that is how I would activate a webhook and send data to a webhook on the fly when I'm out and about from my iPad, my iPhone. And they stay here. They're in the. If I go back to the app, you will see in here they stay here. They're in here in my Cloudflare projects, and I can literally just click on it and send it, and the data will send. If I wanted to change those parameters because I now know something new, I can change the zone here and change this to, I don't know, hello. That's our zone. I'm going to push recapture on our website off screen. And when we send that, we should go back to a screen with hello as part of our capture. And it's going to beat me to it because it's too quick. And yeah, our zone has now been updated to hello. And that is fully dynamic data being sent from your iOS device to Flowmattic to do your trigger. And it's not just Flowmattic. This will work with any API call pretty much. It has a quite extensive build out with header values and bodies and auth. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you like this content, please comment, like, subscribe, comment below. And if there's something particular you want me to look into to make a video about, please put it in the comments. Thank you.